Hi, give me a second to find this feed. I can't share my video out because I'm Facebook banned from sharing links, so I need you guys to. I'm giving it a test anyway for fun. I guess if I write something, I can do it. So, make sure you share this video out. Give me a second to try to do the same. Make sure you share it out. If you guys are catching me on replay, you can still share it for a chance to win a third eye activation. I don't find the person till the next day so that everyone can participate. So make sure you share this feed out. Take a second to do so. I'm going to be doing an energy update really fast so you guys know what to expect for this month's energy, and then I'm going to go ahead and do chakra cards. So take a second to share this out. Drop your name if you're going to want a card. I'm about to get started. It's really awesome. We've been doing a lot with the chakras. I just did a throat chakra video in my Awakening to Ascension class space, which is here on Facebook. So we're teaching about the chakras and kind of circling through them, teaching people how to master their energy, the same kind of things I'm talking about on my live videos. So I just did a video in that class space. If you guys have not joined my class spaces I have on here, you guys know I do more videos in my 2 Sparks of Divine Light healing groups that I have on here than I do on this channel. So make sure you guys join those areas. And also send an invite to our Awakening to Ascension class. Like I said, it's on the chakras, but we do activations in that space too. So we have a class fee that we do charge 33 pounds a year. It works out to, I don't know, 40 American, something, right? We have it information on the pin post. All you have to do is send an invite. But I'm going to be doing a blue star activation in that class space during the next cosmic shift that we have around the 18th of this month. And I'm really excited about that. So if you guys are not in that area, that is a way that you guys can get activations much cheaper, energy work, things like that. Learn about the chakras. It's an amazing class space that I'm doing on here with Brittany Lycan, and it's going really amazing too. We're doing lots of aura work and stuff like that. I have reopened my other class space on here called the Mystery School of Atlantis. I am going to be doing a video tomorrow in that space on Atlantis and how we've all ended up here, because we're just getting our abilities back since Atlantean times. That's the first time this planet is headed back to this 4th dimensional state of consciousness since the fall that occurred then. So I'm going to be talking about Atlantis tomorrow on live feed. If you guys are not in that group, again, there is an energy exchange of 20 pounds for the year. I put a lot of special content into these areas though, so you definitely get your end of the exchange back in knowledge and things like that. So I'm really looking forward to my Atlantis video tomorrow. I did the throat chakra today in Awakening to Ascension, tomorrow in Mystery School of Atlantis. I do try to put my links below, but they get lost. So make sure that you guys send group invites to those areas if you're not in them. If people are wondering where I am, I'm not on my personal page, I'm not on my business page, I'm in those areas doing videos and special content and stuff like that. So for sure send an invite. Again, that's Awakening to Ascension and Mystery School of Atlantis. Alright, real quick on the energy. Okay, so yesterday I took the day off. I said it was kind of a negative day astrologically. I wasn't feeling the energy. So I'm back today. We have a lot of very positive astrological influences today and tomorrow that are better connecting us through Neptune to the other realms, the spiritual, the Akashic. We can better connect through our dream work the next couple days, meditation, you know, doing Reiki, the things that we're into. So we have an amazing energy the next 2 days. I did wake up to a space weather notification on my phone that said we have a coronal hole facing Earth, and you know, we're going to be getting a lot more solar winds this weekend. Things I already knew though, because I'm watching this energy cycle has shifted and changed since we started the new year, starting with those eclipses. It's really changed, you know, our regular flow energetically and the normal energy cycles we're going through. So we've been kind of getting hit steady with solar winds pretty much since the eclipses, I've noticed, right? We should be in our week of rest and integration this week, which is really important, but people aren't going to be feeling that this weekend. So we're noticing that these ascension energies hitting the planet are changing in duration, they are intensifying, and they're bringing a lot of things to the surface on a soul level. A lot of people are just now realizing that we're going through basically a purge cycle for the next year, and it's going to kind of intensify. We should be handling these storms better and better, though. You know, as you're doing this ascension process, taking your vitamins, healing, doing what you're supposed to be doing, then you should be handling the energies better and better on so many levels. Like I just mentioned, we have a huge cosmic shift that we're going to be approaching soon this month. Around the 18th, we have a lot of powerful astrology, and that will be around the time that we shift back into Pisces, the astrology sign. And we have a lot happening to kind of move us along on our ascension path on so many levels. So it's very important that we're staying focused and aligned with the things that we're manifesting right now, because these energies are literally moving us to higher timelines, hopefully. If you're thinking about things that you don't want to see happen or that you're afraid of on some level, you could get moved to those timelines. So it's very important that we're getting a grip on the mental process and the things that we're thinking about. We need to make sure that our thoughts are very aligned with the things that we want to see in our reality. Sometimes we sit around and think about outcomes we don't want to happen, like worried that this could happen. That is fear right there. We need to be super aligned with whatever it is that we're trying to create and draw to us on so many levels. So there is a danger that if you're sitting around worried and thinking about things you're afraid of, that you could get moved to those realities, to those timelines during these gateways, these shifts we're making. So it's very important that you're daydreaming about things that you want to see happen. Bigger things, more like your dream reality. If you could be anywhere on the planet doing anything right now, where would you be? And we need to stop letting money get in the way of the things that we're thinking about trying to create on so many levels. So we need to kind of daydream bigger, take money out of the equation, and realize that we're powerful in the things that we're thinking about in terms of what we're going to see in our reality. More manifesting with this energy this month. We're creating our entire year right now. All of our timelines we will see this year simply with our vibrations and our thoughts. We're getting hit with a lot of solar radiation. I have questions about that. Someone real into science, right? In a basic way, this radioactive energy is hitting the planet. It's like the superhero movies. What happens in a superhero movie? I always say that you have an average person, right? And something happens. They either, get some radiation spilled on them or bit by a spider, and then they are probably writhing on the floor in agony like they're dying, and then they emerge as superhero on so many levels. Well, this energy is hitting this planet, and it's hitting our DNA, and it is mutating our DNA. It is changing us. And I say in a basic way, basically into like superheroes that are once again getting back our spiritual abilities that we've been so disconnected from on every level since Elenian times, that we're just getting these abilities back through doing this ascension process. I'm seeing that it can weaken your immune system when you get hit with a lot of radiation if you're not in a good place energetically, right? It could be bad for your immune system and your organs. So it is very important that we realize that we need to drink a ton of water with this energy, like so much water, for us to be able to better handle it on energetic levels. I'm seeing a lot of children getting ascension symptoms, older people, pets, things like that. More water. It will really help with this whole process. My link is above. If you need me, I'm going to be around, hiding out on Facebook, but around on my site. Vanessa's Healing Heart, good morning. Solar plexus is a big one around our group areas. We're doing a lot of work and tuning into our solar plexus. I always say it's the forgotten chakra, right? But it's the most important one in our bodies because it is how we process any energy or vibrations that we're taking in on a daily basis. We see a lot of people that get nausea and stomach issues, something I just covered in my last video. And that is a sign that you're taking in a lot of toxic energy on some levels. You're working on your intuition, knowing, sensing, and trust. And that has a lot to do with your gut instincts on every level, right? That we have to listen to our intuition, that gut feeling that we get about people, about situations, things like that. More relying on your intuition, the more you use it, the more fine-tuned it will become, and the easier it will be to tune into too. Ways to strengthen your intuition. Listen to it. Lori Miller, good morning. You're working on your crown chakra. Intelligence. Education, knowledge, perception, and flexibility. I am continually having to change my perception about things, doing this awakening. That's a good thing, right? Be flexible with your perception. Understand that everyone else has their own perception of reality. And, you know, I know that we all think we're living in one reality, but everyone kind of has their own reality and their own perception about things and how things are around here. We need to be more flexible with this perception and learn how to see other people's perspectives. Panaksh Nijahawan. You're working on your third eye. This is what I'm working on this week too, the next 2 nights, right? Dreams. We're working on our third eye. Messages, signs, symbols, and guidance. You wouldn't believe the messages I get in my reality because I'm real tuned into seeing them. You know, they've always been there, I feel they were always there. Sleep too, right? And then we always are getting this magic, these synchronicities, symbolism through our dreams, the universe forever trying to teach and communicate with us on so many levels. This was a synchronicity I got for my class. We're doing mindfulness meditation type techniques, and I got the anonymous thing on the back of my teaching material, right? Teaching material for my class. That's a cute synchronicity. The universe knows it would light me up and make me laugh, and I would think it was real fun. So the universe is always sending us magic, whether it's synchronicities, number codes, things that are out of place that just stand out to you. Yesterday I took a picture of a license plate and it said 555 on it. I didn't notice till I got home and looked at the picture. It was right in front of a tattoo place, which was really fun for me and my friend Sherry on so many levels. So the universe is always sending us these signs and symbols. Sometimes we just don't know how to see the signs being sent to us from the other realm, like feathers, birds, all sorts of things are sent to us from our loved ones, and sometimes we just have to kind of realize how to recognize these signs. Pay attention. Sherry Sutton. You're working on your third eye. Seeing, perspective, truth, knowledge, clarity. And we got brainwashed going through this matrix. Indoctrination, brainwashing. We got brainwashed into perceiving reality from a certain perspective. Yeah, they want everyone to have the same perspective about everything. It doesn't matter if it's politics, sports. Doesn't matter. They want everyone to have that sheep mentality, same perspective, right? No one goes outside the herd and everyone is just kind of doing the same thing here. So we had a lot of brainwashing, and now we're just kind of, you know, undoing that programming and getting back to the real perception of the spiritual around us. Nicole Heaton. Good. Please share this out on Facebook. Band is just so over the top, right? We had a launch music party on here, and I got Facebook banned for sharing my husband's music video. Let's see. Nicole, you're working on your throat chakra. If you guys did not see my throat chakra video, everyone needs to. We are empaths. We are healers. We learned how to silence ourselves to fit in on way too many levels, and your throat chakra is your connection with your higher self. And that is what we are trying to embody. So that is the gateway to the fifth dimension on so many levels, a place we're trying to attain, right? So, you know, we're going to open that gateway through speaking and finding our voice on so many levels. Work on your throat chakra. Go find my Awakening to Ascension class video. I just did. It was good on the throat chakra. Expression, assertiveness, self-control, and direction. More throat chakra work. Janae Green. Hi. You're working on your sacral. That's a huge one for me too, because I'm trying to have as much life force energy as possible in my own everyday life. So I like herbs like maca and things like that. You guys know that vitamin detox list will completely clear any garbage out of your body. It will help elevate your frequency, give you more energy levels. If you're not on the vitamins, hit my business page for the vitamin list. Just send me a message. I'll real quick cut and paste it to you. It takes 1 second. More vitamins to increase your life force energy. Herbs and vitamins are amazing for your energy. Miranda Ross, hi. I'm getting back to my videos, right? we have a lot of stuff I have to talk about, so I'm getting back in my flow now. Miranda Ross, you're working on your solar plexus. Whenever I see people that, you know, that is the chakras they're working on, it tells me you're very empathic. You need to work on personal boundaries, choice, assertiveness, empowerment, authenticity. Stop people-pleasing people on every level. More boundaries. When you don't want to do something, just say no. It starts to feel really good after a minute. Like, you'll start to feel really empowered, actually, when you start to take your voice back and tell toxic people to F off. It starts to feel so good after a while. And I always say, no, people don't have boundaries. This is what we're working on, and we're awakened light workers. So most people are not aware of boundaries and what they even mean, especially toxic people. If you ever had someone really toxic in your life, probably everyone was there at some point, they would probably like call and bug you at any given time. They didn't care if you were busy. They didn't care if you had a life or if you were doing something already. It was all about them on so many levels. So we need boundaries because most people don't have them. When we have more personal boundaries, we're following our intuition too. So, you know, if you are people pleasing and you don't feel like doing something and you say yes, but your intuition is telling you no, then that's a way that we silence that inner voice too. So the more boundaries you have, the more clear your inner voice will become. Kelly Easton. Heart chakra. Emotional balance, stability, harmony, peace, fluidity. My husband is from the United Kingdom, and he thinks that Americans are very level 500 emotional, and I tried to explain that we were indoctrinated much differently. When you're in America, you're more apt to see kids level 500 and freaking out in the Matrix, having meltdowns at Walmart, can't handle things, right? It's just the way that we were indoctrinated. People are very emotional beings. We're always picking up on other people's emotions, vibrations, frequencies, our own, and you know, we didn't have a lot of training as to how to deal with those emotions. They should be teaching children how to take time out meditation breaks so that if you get angry or you can't deal with a situation, you step away from it and maybe reset your vibe and come back at it. But we didn't really have that kind of training around here, so a lot of people have a hard time processing so many emotions. And as this ascension is happening, it is really, you know, doing a sweep of these energy centers, and we're taking in more and more emotions. We're feeling things more deeply, right? We're feeling others much more empathically, more connected, more deeply on so many levels. So for the first time in a long time, there's this flood of emotions hitting this planet as everything is purging to the surface on so many levels. Lizzie BA, good. You're working on your heart chakra. Forgiveness. More letting go. Who do you need to forgive? Letting go. Healing, growth, and compassion. Just try to, I mean, you know, I didn't have the same perspective when I was asleep going through the Matrix. I had a lot of victim mentality, a lot of the same stuff that we're trying to get past now, right? And so I didn't have the same perspective. But now, you know, being awake, being so conscious, and looking back at all of my lessons in one, I understand the purpose and the place of them and how they made me into who I am now. That was the purpose. It wasn't to like torture me and throw me around a bunch in the Matrix. It was to, you know, wake me up and get me to where I am now as a light worker on my mission of service in so many ways. So I like to do a really good, you know, heart chakra karma cleanse by just making it clear that I forgive everyone I ever learned with, especially myself. Sometimes these situations didn't go so good. Put two sleeping toxic people together, myself included, when I was asleep. Sometimes these situations didn't go so good. I probably had toxic energy too when I was asleep and disconnected from my source and myself. So we had a lot of crazy situations. Just do a really general forgiveness, that you make it clear that you are not only forgiving everyone you learned with, that you're grateful for the knowledge that you receive. People are viewing their lives with tears. The universe has informed me of this, with tears, when we should be in joy for the knowledge and how we got back to ourselves through these lessons. So more letting go. See the big picture with it. I'm going to throw this in there too. I'm manifesting students. I'm having people come tell me horror stories about they went here to get Reiki attuned, and these people are not following the 21-day detox protocol, whatever. I know that you guys should be picking someone to be attuned by as an energy master that has mastered their own energy, because you're going to be connected with that person forever. If I've ever attuned any of my students when they have a bad time or ascension flu or something's going on, I can feel it deeply and respond to them, right? So be careful with who you're going with. A lot of people are probably trying to save money, right? Sometimes you get a bad haircut when you try to do that. Like sometimes sometimes you go to someone who doesn't cut such good hair, right? Or and you try to save 20 bucks and your hair's fucked for life. Okay, you get the idea. Pick someone for your healing classes, because you guys are going to do more and more of them like I'm doing. Pick someone who has good energy that you're drawn to, that is from your consciousness group, you know, on so many levels. When I do any of my class attunements on my website, I do them differently than most people too. And I do a third eye activation and a DNA activation with every single class attunement I do. So I tune into you, I do a good sweep of your chakras, do the attunement, and then I do 2 activations. So I feel that that is more powerful to combine with the regular Reiki attunement. When you're adding that energy work to it, it will really help you get where you need to be as an energetic channel. That's what we are. We're light workers, right? And so it will help take up your frequency. I'm someone who does so much energy work in my free time. It's all I do. Ascension 24/7. I teach it, right? I live and breathe Ascension. So I'm doing a lot of energy work. I had it described to me like when you get any kind of attunement, it is like you are getting that power passed down from master to student on a lot of levels. So you want to go to someone good who's at a good soul level so that you can, you know, become more powerful as a healing channel on so many levels. I am manifesting students. I not only do Usai Reiki, which is where you should start out if you haven't done any Reiki classes. I do Sekam Reiki, I do Isis Reiki, I do a couple kinds of Blue Star Galactic type healing classes. I have other kinds of Egyptian Reiki, right? So I have so many energy healing type of classes. I'm always, you know, continuing my learning so that I can bring back new things to teach on whatever level. So I am putting out a calling for it. And I have a lot of people that are like, oh, I can't afford to do this. Well, if you can't afford to do it, that's probably why. We need to remember that we came here with Reiki being our abundance. We are energy workers. We are healers. If you're doing anything else for a job, your soul will probably become very tired and dissatisfied doing that. That we're meant to be here through missions of service, and healing is one good way that we can do that, that we can reach people. They can come to us and ask for our assistance on so many levels, right? It gives us an invite to assist more. And so, you know, this could become your calling, hopefully. I'm hoping people take these courses and the information that I give you, and they go out and build their own mission and go on to assist people, and it becomes more of a spiritual calling. So I am manifesting students. Check my classes out. You know that if you message me, I will do payment plans with you, and you can work it out however you want to too. So there's no excuses. This is a year for people to get on their missions. A lot of people find me because they need some type of healer training too to do that. So use this year to build your mission. If you're not on one, to get on a mission. What do you need to do? What is blocking you from being more of service? So my link is above. If you need to talk to me, business page, inbox me. It's the fastest way to get a response. Amanda Barker. Root chakra. We're letting go of fear. 80% of the light workers need more root chakra work, myself included. I had to go to Shasta in California to learn how to ground and to center my energy, because I am the most ungrounded person you will ever meet if you know me, right? I'm in the upper chakras. I'm always spacey and ungrounded. So we need to build our foundation solid. We need to be grounding more, getting out into nature. Salt is very grounding for our energy. More meditation. Amanda, work on action, movement, perseverance, discipline, and motivation. And I told you guys so many times I used that word action last year. It was insane. It is a call for action. This is time for us to implement the things that we're learning. It's one thing to watch videos about Ascension. It is another to start to take your manifesting up a few levels, to put this stuff into action, to really put it into practice. Let's see, Diana Ramnarayan. You're working on your heart chakra. This is everything I'm working on. That's why I moved to the United Kingdom, so that I could be on these heart chakra frequencies. And I'm doing so much work, not only on my own, but other people's. Work on more desire, more fun, more fulfillment, more joy. We need to be lighting ourselves up. You ever notice some people just put your light out and your shine out when you're around them? Toxic people, they tend to just put your light out. You know, it's draining. You don't want to be there. You're probably daydreaming about getting out of there. So So be around people and situations that light you up, that make you excited. I had to stay really excited in my life because I find that the universe aligns with that. That all I had to do is stay excited about my job and my work and my stuff, and it's going to go amazing. The universe is there where there is bliss. When you are happy, the universe is there so much more. Light yourself up more. More of what you love. Jennifer Simpson, good morning. You're working on your root chakra. Big popular one lately. We're working on grounding. Especially during these crazy energies. We're learning how to center our energy and try to stay more grounded. You're working on possessions. Belongings, finances, assets, and treasures. And like I said, we need to bring our manifesting up a few levels. We need to realize that we have this abundance all around us, and that what is blocking us from this abundance is ourselves, our thoughts, how we view things, our perspective. Brian Feliciano, hello. Sending love across the pond. You are working on your crown chakra. Faith. Yeah, we need more faith. I have it tattooed on me. In fact, I think it's a reminder. More faith and trust in the universe. Hope, support, miracles, and spirituality. We need to be creating things that you need miracles for. Welcome to my life, right? I love to put out over-the-top manifestations that I literally need a divine miracle to pull off, and it feels so good when you see these miracles. So expect more miracles. I'm doing this crop circle adventure, crop circle activations this summer that I'm so excited about it. And I mean, I look at it like I need a miracle to get a crop circle here, right? That would be a manifestation. I need a straight miracle to pull off. So try to think bigger. Try to literally daydream about things you would need a straight miracle to pull off. Vacations you could never afford. Things that are just beyond your human grasp. Lynn Marie, you're working on your crown chakra. You'll notice that a lot of the light workers have amazing connections to source around here. We see so much purple, beautiful, violet type spiritual energy. Things that are good for that crown chakra are getting more fresh air. It is so cold here, but I heard birds chirping this morning. First time in a very long time this morning, right? There's lots of birds out chirping. I took that as a very good sign because I said the sun seems to be coming back a little bit, just the way the daytime hours are. And so I'm really, really excited about that. Get outside more. It's so cold here, but I didn't care. I had to open my doors and windows and, you know, sage my house and let some airflow into my house. So we tend to be more cooped up in the winter time. Open your doors, windows, sage, let some more airflow and get outside more. It's really good for your crown chakra to get fresh air. Holly Watkins, good morning. You're working on your third eye, your presence, awareness, attention, reality, and your connection. Helk, I can't say your last name. Horchner. All right, you are working on your crown chakra, inspiration, ideas, spark, conception, and impulses. And I like that hashtag sparks the divine light, right? I was told, going through some very hard spiritual lessons, going through this matrix, I had a very spiritual rabbi tell me that it was my job to be making sparks of divine light in these dark places. That is where I got my business name from when I was very asleep. And it was very profound that someone said that to me because I really was lighting up these darker areas I was in on so many levels, and it just clicked, right? That's our job. We're meant to be bringing light into these places, and we may act as a torch to light another that has lost their spark of light or hasn't realized it is there yet. So it is our job to, you know, bring more light into these places on every level. Darlene Salnada, hello. You're working on your root chakra. Home, shelter, safety, nurturing, warmth. It is very important that we have a solid foundation. When people are going through chaotic situations like moving, losing their apartments, right? It could be like an eviction, not having anywhere to live, in between places, things like that. It can be very bad for our root chakra because we need to feel that we're building on a solid foundation, that we're firmly planted, and it can really unground us. Just work on more grounding with that chakra. Realize that this is temporary for everyone where we are. I keep trying to remind everyone of this. I got the best video I'm doing in my mystery school class on Atlantis, so I can really tie it into what's going to happen here too on crazy levels. And I will remind you that things can change fast in the blink of an eye around here, things we should know, right? And so this is very temporary for everyone. Don't gauge your happiness on possessions everywhere. They're gonna be fast to fade around here. Caitlin Gallagher, you're working on your heart chakra. More love. That is your connection to more compassion, more unconditional love. We see a lot of that narcissist label around here, right? That would be someone with a closed heart chakra at the least. At the least, a closed heart chakra. It can make you narcissistic, self-centered, right? Egoic, more egoic, things like that. So we want to continue to expand that heart chakra, opening ourselves up to unconditional love, you know, some type of, you know, unconditional type divine love. It's very important we understand that everyone went through a certain amount of pain in this life. Yes, heart chakra type of pain. Only in, you know, going through this heart chakra transformation can we come back to source, come back to this divine love free of judgment. So we had a certain amount of lessons that were meant to not break your heart, not break it, but to expand your heart chakra, to open you up to unconditional love, which is much different than the third dimensional control drama type of, you know, conditional love we see around here. Oh, good. Susan Madsen. Shout out to Copenhagen. I know I'm always live weird times of day. I had some weird feed problems, so I like to be unpredictable, right? Unless I'm in my groups, and I never have those weird problems. So I was kind of dreading getting on this video live today because I had weird feed problems last time, which can be distracting. So I tend to go live more in my groups. So if you guys are just joining me, make sure you send an invite to Awakening to Ascension and Mystery School of Elena so you don't miss my videos. Susan, you're working on your sacral. You're working on money issues, finances, power, generosity, and abundance. The more life force energy that you have, the more abundance you're going to have, right? Isn't energy valuable? Is it not worth everything here? Is it not its own currency? So we see people that become, you know, depleted with that life force energy, and then it can really, you know, make you broke, affect your finances and things like that. So we need to strengthen your sacral. Get some maca. If you're not on the vitamin list, message me. I'll give it to you. That will help so much with your sacral issue and helping you make more life force energy. When I woke up, I was so depleted. Like, I was sick from it. Like, I was so depleted energetically from a bad relationship I was in. And it took me like a year to probably heal my life force energy and rebuild it back up. So herbs like maca, things like ashwagandha, the chlorella really help with that. Diane Ramnarayan. You're working on your solar plexus. This tells me you're very empathic, some more salt baths. Responsibility, self-discipline, empowerment, reliability, and fulfillment. Rosa Patterson, you're working on your third eye. I like these cards too. The pictures look nice. Insight, understanding, awakening, awareness, self-evaluation. That's my best chakra. Yeah, so I'm constantly working on my lower ones, I find, right? I'm always really good with my crown and my third eye, so I'm constantly working on staying grounded, you know, the sacral and things like that I've found. So, you know, since your third eye is so good, try to work on your lower chakras. Sherry Sutton. You're working on your throat chakra. Honesty, truth, transparency, sincerity, and communication. I was just talking about the throat chakra like I keep mentioning this morning in my last video. And so many people have been indoctrinated to believe that that matrix is the truth when it's all lies. Yeah, it's mainly made of lies. So when people kind of parrot back the things that are reinforcing their programming, they're not realizing it, but they're kind of speaking lies, right? So people have become very disconnected with their higher selves and things like that through their words. It's very important that we're speaking the truth, you know, that is aligned with universal divine will. More speaking your truth. That's how I found you guys, right? I tend to stay more quiet. Generally, right? More quiet in my everyday real life, but I can get on video and I can speak my truth, and it's so powerful that my entire soul group and consciousness group is coming to me like a magnet and finding me, and it's just mind-blowing to me how powerful my words can be. Just getting on video and talking about things I'm doing spiritually that are making my life better, and I get on video and it's having powerful effects, you know? So make sure you're speaking your truth more. That's how people will find you. Janae Green. Guidance. You're working on your crown. Support, love, signs, and direction. Notice the magic around you. We tend to forget about the magic all around us. You won't believe the magic that's in the air right now as we're trying to do this ascension and become better people on every level. Pay attention to the synchronicities. If you're seeing 1111, Google what it means. Seeing 555, I go to Google. What's it mean, right? Seeing 333, go to Google. See what it means. If you have a dream and you remember it, go Google the dream meaning for whatever it is you remember. The universe is always communicating to you. Tracy Ann. Compassion, you're working on your heart chakra. This is the chakra we will liberate from. That's why I'm so obsessed with the heart chakra. It's also a connection to your past places, past lives, Akashic, right? It is powerful what love can do. And that gateway center is just so powerful. More heart chakra work. It is how you'll liberate. Caring, empathy, acceptance, and gentleness. Supai. You're working on grounding in your root chakra. Letting go of fear. Your family, belonging, community, culture, and tribe. I think why we were so disappointed going through this matrix, I always say we couldn't get the love we needed from our real family. And we're looking for this soul family kind of love that you would feel when you find a soulmate, right? It's just like you're on the same frequencies. I always say that there could be like a disconnect when you're dealing with people that are sleeping, like they're just on a different channel or a different frequency, maybe not able to perceive everything you're trying to tell them and things like that. So, you know, our souls are craving to be around people on the same frequency, and we're doing that as we're making this awakening occur, because we are. People are waking up and finding us because they're on the same frequencies as us on some level. Those are your soul tribe. Those are your soul group right there. The people that are awake and on the same frequencies and gravitating towards you. Holly Asper, good morning. You're working on your sacral. Sexuality. Openness, sharing, beauty, and honor. And there's so much power in sexual energy, but the problem is that people are not having sex with the right people a lot of the time in this matrix. And so, you know, it's always a merging of energy to have sex with anyone. That each person has their own frequency. You're going to have sex and create a new frequency. So if we're having sex with someone that hasn't done a lot of spiritual inner work and has a lot of karmic baggage or things like that, we're taking that on as our own into our energy field. You know, sex was meant to occur as a spiritual union, not people that we would pick out of animalistic basis, but people that the universe would match us up with, divine counterparts, soulmates on whatever level. And so many people are looking for love in this matrix, not realizing that you will find that divine love when you complete yourself as a soul and are shifting to service in some way. We're never going to find, you know, the greatest of all loves when we're service of self. We're going to find it through, you know, becoming service of others and seeking to serve the universe on some level. And I am someone who, you know, has gone through a relationship shift this year on extreme levels, and how I manifested that was I was putting out vibrations and frequencies for a love that would help uplift consciousness through my mission that I do with these videos, that if I have a love that's uplifting me, it will uplift everyone that's watching my videos on some level. Amy Parks with the puppy. With the puppy. Doesn't that make you smile? Light workers, animals and children, right? You ever see these cute little kids? Like, I see them all day long in our movements. More kid pictures on your page. These kids, when they're lit up, oh my god. Someone just has to look at a picture of one of these space kids and it just lights them up on every level. Alright, you're working on more love, puppy love. Work on your heart chakra, kindness, benevolence, sharing, and receiving. I am in this beautiful flow of giving and receiving because of the work that I do. If you know me, I'm always trying to give my time and energy. It's what I have to give. And so I'm in this beautiful flow with giving and receiving. So many people want to receive and have cut themselves off from that by not giving. And there are people who are like, I can't give, I have nothing to give. You always have time, energy, and love. In my Awakening to Ascension class, we're doing, you know, we're doing these mindfulness challenges every week. And I have one that we're doing this week, which is to do something kind for someone else, but don't tell anyone about it. And I love doing stuff like that in the Matrix. I'm always trying to interact with people and wake them up when I'm out in the Matrix and say crazy things to them that might just click with them and wake them up if you know me, right? I'm always trying to channel and wake people up. So do a random act of kindness for someone. Give someone something, right? And it will instantly shift your vibration and open you up to more abundance and more receiving. Lori Parrish Robinson, good morning. You're working on your sacral. Desires, goals, passion, craving, and fulfillment. That sexual energy, that Kundalini energy is, you know, energy of creation, the goddess on so many levels. That's why they try to destroy our relationships on every level through our programming. If you turn on television, you see a lot of bad relationships, toxic relationships, baby mama drama, you know, like all the stuff you see throughout the Matrix to normalize these relationships and how fucked up they are on so many levels. That's the programming that we had when it came to love on so many levels. More love, the divine kind, not the control drama kind. Real love does not enslave, it liberates. Michael Sachumsky, you're working on grounding in your base chakra. You know, I just said that 80% of light workers probably have to do some more root chakra work and learn some more grounding techniques and things like that. That's how we can better handle these storms when we're grounded. It centers our energy in powerful ways. So more grounding. I think everyone just needs to get outside a little more. I know that it's summer in some places, but it is winter in a lot of places, and there's a lot of snow going around, and people just need some fresh air. So I'm looking forward to spring. Caitlin Gallagher, you're working on your crown chakra and your connection with source, divine consciousness, interconnection, expansion, oneness, light. And I'll throw it out there too in case people don't know. I am someone who does galactic scanning, and I do chakra openings. So when I galactically scan you to do any kind of chakra work, it gives you a lot of information about what chakras you need to work on, which ones are good ones. I also do chakra readings if you want to break down your chakras and where you're at and what you should be working on. So, you know, you can find any of that on my site. Maria Williams. You're working on your root chakra. Grounding. Imagine that space storm, right? Grounding. Nature, presence, practicability, stability. I feel really good. I'm building really solid. I'm on a timeline that I can build on. It was something I wanted because I seem to have been like in a limbo last year where I knew I was going to be coming to the UK, so I couldn't exactly be building my life knowing that I was going to be moving. So it feels really good to be anchored in here in the UK and building now. And I've got so much done the past few months in terms of grounding into these frequencies. Moose Sass, throat chakra. We're working on speaking our truth. I had a hard time doing these videos. I had a hard time last week doing these videos with the weird troll comments. People were leaving like Tinder comments on here and crazy stuff. Someone wrote like "Hail Satan" on my feed while I'm trying to do a live. I had a hard time speaking last week on videos. So, you know, I mean, it gets easier the more videos I do, but sometimes it can be hard to do these videos. But it's so liberating for me. It's so freeing for me to be able to get on video and talk about anything that I wanted with no problem, right? It's just so freeing. Start to speak your truth. It will really put you on those fifth dimensional frequencies in a crazy way. It will really help open us up more to those frequencies and to our higher self. Cheyenne Busy, hi. You're working on your throat chakra. We're trying to find our voice. That's the empath care package. We need to take more salt baths and take care of our solar plexus, and we need to find our voice. So things like teas are really good for people working on their throat chakras. If you want a whole video of techniques, I just did it in the Awakening to Ascension class. Go check the throat chakra video out. Work on vocalization, individuality, inner voice, and assertiveness. Rosemary Arita. You're working on your solar plexus, free will, courage, willpower, and change. We need to become empowered through that chakra and realize, you know, how much power we do have over our reality, that anything we're thinking about, things will go how we want, not how outside people want. People want to destroy me. The trolls I'm talking about. There are people that would love to see me die and fall and not help humanity. Just trust me on that. Trust me on that, okay? There are people that would love to see you fail. Thank God they cannot influence me if I'm not thinking about it. Thank God that I'm more in control of my reality than I've been led to believe. And whatever I'm thinking about, I'm going to manifest. Not what other people are thinking about when it comes to my life. What I'm thinking about. So you have a lot of power here as a co-creator. Tara Lee, which is Diana Carpani. Creativity, imagination, expression, originality, and passion. And any manifestors we're doing these archetype assessments in my group. So any manifestors, we are creating through that throat chakra. Yes, we are creating out of our thoughts and words in this matrix. You know, we have this thought that begins, you know, as this vibration, this frequency, and it goes out to create our reality. So when you can find your voice, you're going to be powerful as a creator here too. It will really help with your manifesting. Let's see, Deanna Potter. Good, you're working on your third eye. Openness, flexibility, imagination and learning. More daydreaming for you. I didn't really get a lot done yesterday, people might think. If you were looking at my life, I was laying in bed in my pajamas. I did shower twice and went back to bed, right? Laying in bed in my pajamas. It might have looked like I wasn't that busy, but I'm telling you, when I'm just chilling or, you know, resting or recharging, I like to daydream, right? When you're spending time alone recharging, make sure you're daydreaming. So it might feel like you're not doing a lot, but you're always thinking. Make sure you're daydreaming bigger during those, you know, integrations. Kelly Easton. You're working on your throat chakra. Sound is a powerful frequency. My voice can be powerful when I feel like using it in a good way, right? It can be powerful. Sound is so powerful. It's much more powerful than the thoughts we're having, the things we're speaking about. More music, more silence, rhythm, and vibration. Me and my husband both need a lot of alone time to, you know, be with our thoughts, do our missions, whatever we're doing. I noticed that he's the same way as me, right? Like, I haven't met a lot of people like that need a ton of alone time, or I'll fry out energetically. And I notice he's the same way too. Silence is very important, that we're spending more time alone, meditating. More binaural beats. You guys know I'm really into binaural beats, just to create the right atmosphere around me, but we're very vibrational. So binaural beats are powerful on our frequency. Christina Jason, you're working on your throat chakra. You're working on self-expression, exchange, sharing, and connection. And like I said, I'm not going to recap. Make sure you guys go find my Awaken into Ascension video in that group I just did an hour ago on the throat chakra. If anyone is trying to work on that chakra better, I'm getting pretty good with that one just through my videos. Jerry Power. You're working on your sacral and relationships. Intimacy, freedom, acceptance, trust. And I keep on saying that the wrong relationship can be draining to our life force energy. You ever just be in a toxic relationship? It's just so draining after a certain point. But if you're with the right person and you're having a sexual exchange out of love, it should lift up your frequency and recharge and replenish your life force energy. Pay attention to your relationships, sexual or not. They're no different. Certain people should be recharging you, lifting your frequency, and certain people could be very draining to be around. Pay attention. Get rid of any of those one-sided draining exchanges in your life. Rosemary, you know, the admin one. You're working on your solar plexus, your inner child. That's what we're working on around here. Playfulness, lightheartedness, innocence, wonder. Can we just have more fun? If we couldn't have fun doing our office job that we do on Facebook with these groups, it would just be awful, right? We had to have fun with it. We had to just make jokes about it, have fun, laugh at the crazy stuff. When someone writes like "Hail Satan" on my feed, I had to just laugh at it and be like, oh my god. We had to have more fun. Just be more open to playing, you know, like a child would, more lighthearted. Have fun. It'll shift the vibration in any negative situation. Laughing is a powerful negative entity repellent too. So if you do have toxic people around you and you're laughing, they probably don't like it. Laughter will repel anything negative in your life. More laughter. Frankie Borelli. You're working on your sacral. You're working on your emotions, feelings, expression, moods, and balance. Tani Duren, you're working on your solar plexus, self-esteem, confidence, self-love, self-worth, and pride. And I wish people could see how I see you guys sometimes. I wish people could see my perspective and see the divinity around here and how mind-blowing it is on so many levels, and just how much work and progress we all went through to get here and to be doing this ascension. And, you know, in past times we were around each other. In past places, a time where abilities were being used to enslave and to take people's power. And now we're getting these abilities back, and we're seeing that everyone has had such a ride this cycle that we're fast to come together to try to heal the collective with them on so many levels, and it's just so mind-blowing. Sari Everton Kashane. You're working on your sacral, pleasure, enjoyment, beauty, sensuality, and indulgence. How do we make more of this life force energy? As a manifestor generator archetype, someone who generates energy, it's very important that I'm happy. When I'm happy, I'm going to be like vibing real crazy. I'll be generating crazy energy. If I'm having a bad day, I'm probably not going to feel so energetic. So it's very important that we're doing more of what makes us happy. Food is important for the sacral, right? Food can give us pleasure. It can taste good, right? Eat more food you like, do more things you like, and it will light you up more and more. Stephen Adams, you're working on your third eye and visualization, imagination, focus, experience, and manifestation. And it's where we're coming back to a place that we can manifest again. Because when we were asleep, we couldn't. I know that you're being taught now that you live in a manifest reality and that you're a conscious creator and that you can create what you want based on your thoughts. But it wasn't always like that when we were asleep. We're just getting back to that power to be able to create and manifest again. So we're just kind of learning how to do it. More focus on manifesting. Belinda Thompson, solar plexus. You're working on filtering out more and more energy. We're like transmitters. We're like sponges. Yeah, you go out into the matrix and you're picking up all of this energetic debris. It is our job as light workers. So make sure that you're taking lots of salt baths, time in nature, meditation, time for yourself, to make sure you're discharging that energy too. Zoaya Sutton, shout out to Africa. You're working on your heart chakra, connection, perfect. We're here connecting, right? You're working on a universal oneness, love, interconnection, and support. And we're realizing people are awakening globally and coming together and finding each other on Facebook. And that is amazing. Work on your spiritual connections. Francisco, perfect. Third eye. With no words. No instructions, third eye. Look at this beautiful picture, Till. Perfect. We're already doing everything we can for our third eye. How do you work on your third eye? Vitamins, chlorella, turmeric, getting rid of the garbage, right? Seeing past the illusion. I think it's mainly metals that block our third eye and our sight in a lot of senses. So just taking the vitamins is the best way to work on your third eye. Meditate more. Connect with people that are woke. You'll find that when you're coming together, friends with other woke people, they might hold activations and, you know, their own kind of codes. And when we come together, it's powerful in terms of activating each other faster. That's what the Buddhist monks used to do in a lot of senses. They would come together as a group to do this spiritual work because it was much more powerful rather than trying to do it alone when you come together with a group of awake people. So I see that's happening more and more with his groups, with my groups, people finding each other and learning how, if we can come together and just hang out and vibrate, that it will be powerful in terms of this group ascension we're making. John Drake, working on your third eye too. We see a lot of that around here. Intuition, trust, insight, awareness, guidance. I got some oil on, I think it was Amazon, and it was Moldavite oil with oil, and this person makes it by soaking oil in Moldavite for like 3 months. And I was putting it on my third eye to activate my third eye last night. It felt so lovely. You can also use crystals and oils to activate your third eye, things like Reiki. You guys know I do third eye activations. I'm a shaman. You're working on your root chakra and physical health, more vitality, strength, body image, and balance. And you wouldn't believe how I think we're such warriors around here on extreme levels after this matrix ride, not just this life, but this entire cycle. On so many levels, you wouldn't believe the strength that I see in everyone. Yes, the spiritual strength, that we actually were not this spiritually strong in a toxic environment going through this matrix, but as we've done this awakening and these energy shifts, it is giving us a certain spiritual strength, a strength with our light bodies on all new levels. So it is amazing to see this strength coming out. And we're, like I said, just beginning to get these abilities back with this awakening that were stripped from humanity a very long time ago. And so this is a powerful time to be alive. We're just headed into so much greatness for humanity. It's mind-blowing to me, but you know this is coming with a lot of hard work, that we had to do what it takes with detoxing, you know, eating the right foods, getting rid of toxic people, ditching, you know, the blood-sucking vampire boyfriends, whatever it is that is holding you back spiritually. You need to really step up and do this inner work and get rid of the things not serving you anymore. But I see people are doing that, and it's just so amazing and mind-blowing. I'm going to let you guys go on that note, but again, send an invite to my Awakening to Ascension class and Mystery School of Atlantis class, because people are watching my video page right here and like, where is she? She's not doing lives. I'm just in other areas. So like I said, I'm going to be live less on this channel and more in my other spaces until Monday. So if you guys are craving my videos, join Awaken to Ascension Mystery School of Atlantis. You'll find a lot of really amazing things about there. And sometimes I get sick of doing cards, so I'm really looking forward to talking about, you know, Atlantis and the things that I know to be true about that place tomorrow. It'll be really kind of a shift in things I'm talking about, right? So tomorrow we're doing Atlantis. I am around today for energy work. I would recommend checking out our DNA upgrade, chakra openings, Reiki classes, things like that. If you guys like my videos, perfect. You're here for a reason. Maybe you're supposed to be doing a mission similar, right? And I can assist you in getting there in some level. So for sure, check my site out. And I have some events on this page too you guys should add, so you guys can see when I'm posting about when I'm going to the crop circles and the rocks the next couple times and things like that. So I do have an event section up now so that you guys can see better like my special videos I'm doing at crazy places. And I am for sure manifesting a trip to Machu Picchu, Australia, and Tibet, and very soon. So I'm looking forward to putting out those frequencies. That's how I manifest, right? So I'm sitting around this entire new moon. I just sat around daydreaming about these places on all new levels. So we have a powerful moon that I told you guys the effects will last for 3 weeks. So for the next 2.5 weeks, you guys should be really focused on what you're manifesting, trying to draw to you this year on so many levels. Love and light.